Okay, so JD, you're 19 years old. Your sister, older sister's at Boston U. You come up, 19th birthday. You're watching Yankees, Red Sox. Guess who the shortstop was for the Red Sox?
For the Red Sox?
That game.
I want to say Alex Cora.
You
She's
got
our manager.
it. Yeah. You got it. So let me ask you, with Alex, what's been, I mean, it seems like he's magical. What's been the biggest key for him to be so successful with this club?
Oh, man. Since the first day I got here, just, the energy and the tempo in the clubhouse has been very positive. From day one, he's a player's coach. He played the game. He knows what it's like, so he knows it's not easy. He kind of relates to you. Like, there's times where there's stuff that's bothering certain guys, and we just want to play through it. And he's like, no. He's there. He kind of hears us out, and he's just been great. He's got a great relationship with the players, and he does a really good job communicating with us.
So 2009. So you're the ultimate rags to riches guy. 2009, you get drafted in the 20th round by the Astros. 2014, the Astros release you. 4 years later now, who would have thought? Have you surprised yourself that you've become one of the best, if not the best player in baseball?
Yeah. I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say that. But I always had that in me that, the way my parents always taught me was, never give up and never be down on yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? And it was one of those things where it was kind of, I knew that I had to show everybody that I was still a Major League Baseball player, and I knew I had to put in the legwork and the hard work to get better every single day. And I think that was kind of my motivation and my drive at the time.
So take me to 2014. Astros tell you, JD, you're not good enough to be on this team. We're sending you home to Miami. On the flight back, what are you thinking? And what was a pivotal moment that actually shifted this kind of juggernaut career that you're in right now?
Well, in 2013, I kind of said this story a bunch where I kind of uncovered something, uncovered something in the swing and uncovered something that I really was like, wow, I don't look like any of these guys. And I'm not having the success, and these guys are the best in the game. I was like, let me start trying to look like them.
What was that?
And it was mostly just the path and the way that they're in playing, the way they start in playing, the way they go through the ball, the way they come out of playing, and it kind of just domino effect where it was like, well, if I want to do this, then I got to fix this. If I want to do that, then I got to fix this. And then before I knew it, I had a complete overhaul in my swing. But I just remember that one time for me was when I was in Venezuela, and my first game in Venezuela, I hit 2 home runs. And one was on a curveball that was down and away, and I ended up hitting it to left field, and the other one was on a fastball that was in or away, I don't even know where it was, and I hit it on the right field, and I was like, what the heck just happened? I've never been able to hit a ball that way and that way in the air and it be a home run.
And what happened?
And I was like, what is going on? I was looking around almost like if I was cheating.
Yeah.
And that was kind of when the lights came on, and my BPs at the time down there, I was like in awe. I remember taking Javier Bracamonte, the bullpen catcher for Houston, with me down there, and he was throwing BP, and he's like, JD, I'd never seen you hit the ball like this. And I was like, dude, this is real. So I stayed with it. I went into spring training, and they had their plans, and I wasn't a part of it at the time. There was a bunch of trades, stuff like that, and I kind of never got the chance. So then once they told me they let me go, it was one of those things where I remember driving home, and I was like, dude, did I just get released from the worst team in baseball at the time? I was like, am I ever gonna get a job? And I just kind of just said, no, you know what?
Did you think of quitting at the time?
I didn't think of quitting. I never thought of quitting. I just wanted that chance.
Yeah.
And when the phone started ringing, I just told my agent at the time, listen, get me in a position where I'm going to play every day. I don't care if I'm in AAA. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I want to play every single day. So wherever I'm going to play every day, I want to show that I can be that guy. And Detroit was one of the teams that they called, and they were the better fit at the time, and so I went there. And
so you go from being a platoon player that gets released to Jim Rice in 4 years in his prime, and Jim is one of the best. In layman's terms, you have millions of kids out there that are wondering, how do I get better? Show me JD Martinez in layman's terms 2013 and show me 2018, what they're going to see tonight.
2013, wow, 2013 is ugly. I don't even want to look. I don't even want to think about it. But
the contrast is good.
But I remember I was kind of like, I really studied Pujols at the time, and I remember I kind of wanted to lean my bat back like this and really keep my hands there and just, kind of go from point A to point B.
Okay.
That was my thought. I want to go from the ball straight to the ball.
Okay.
And that was how I was taught. That's what they always taught me. That's what they always taught us when we were kids, is go straight to the ball, swing down, try to hit a low line drive up the middle. And that was what I was taught. So that's what I always tried to do.
And today?
Well, when I got to the big leagues, I noticed that wasn't working. Guys are throwing all these sinkers, every pitch is breaking down, this and that. Today is like, okay, I see where point A is, but I want to get on playing with point A here. So then when I'm on playing with point A here, now I'm on plane. So now I already matched the plane here. As the ball's coming here, I'm on plane with it. So all I'm really doing is plane matching. So the moment I get on plane with here, now if the ball's a fastball or a cutter or a slider, I can hit it in any of this area right here. Where before, I was up here and I was trying to go here, so my point of entry for the bat was right here, and I would come out of the zone right here. So therefore, my margin for error was right here. Well, when I watched, guys like you, and Miggy and all these guys, when they were in their career and they're in, just going off, they didn't have to be perfect, and they would still be right. They would take a fastball and hit it here and shoot it to right field, or it'd be a breaking ball and they're like, oh crap, that's a breaking ball. All of a sudden they stay through it and then they catch it out here and it's a home run to left. And it's just like, okay, I want to give myself the largest opportunity of failure and still be right, in a sense.
I remember playing third base several years ago, and you were playing for the Tigers, and you hit a home run, 3 home runs, one to left, one to center, one to right. The last one was in the upper deck in right field. And for me, that was, welcome to the world, JD Martinez. Did you feel that was a pivotal moment for you?
That was in 2015. But I just remember in 14, man. I remember in 14 when I went up with Detroit and I started being able to hit guys that I thought were unhittable.
Yeah.
And I was like, how the heck am I hitting these guys? I've never hit this guy. This guy's disgusting. But all of a sudden, just being able to watch Miggy on a day in and day out basis, being able to watch Victor's preparation, being able to watch, the way Torrey went about his business, I think it just really helped me kind of create a proper plan and approach and way to treat things, on a day in and day out basis, where all of a sudden I was like, okay, I see how these guys do it. I see how they're having success, this and that. And I just remember in 14 was when I really kind of said, I could do this.
If you can tell me, in very short terms, Miguel Cabrera.
Best right-handed hitter for me when he's healthy.
Victor Martinez.
Unbelievable preparation.
Torrey Hunter.
Leader.
JD, I had many, many games where if I'm hitting at home plate and facing the great pitchers here, Schilling and Pedro and Derek Lowe over the years, that wall is right in my periphery. And sometimes I was tempted. Can you see that one? Are you ever tempted to get pull happy?
I would lie if I said I haven't. Just because it's so tempting. It's like you said, if you just catch the ball just a tick more out in front, you don't have to be perfect with it, and you can hit it off the wall. But I feel like it's a trap. I feel like this wall is just a giant trap, and if you fall into it, it'll eat you up. And there's times where I'll get in there and I'll look at the video and I just get pissed off at myself because I'm like, damn it, I tried to pull him, I tried to get him up in the air because I knew that I could, and instead of me driving a ball to right center, I end up hitting it off the end and flying it out to the center fielder, just because I'm trying to catch that tick early, and it just messes me up. So for me, it's I say it to myself all the time. I said, my strength is that way, is up the middle of the field,
right center field.
I aim for center. I try to stay just probably right that Harbor Network side.
Yeah,
because I feel that if I stay inside the ball as long as I can, it's going to give me the best chance. Guys are coming in, okay, I just have to stay inside of it. Everybody wants the new pitch is the fastball up. It's one of those things where, okay, I just have to be more direct to it. But the approach is still the same for me, is always that way, because if they do this, it gives me my chance to be wrong but still be right.
The last question that I have is, you're infamous for your work ethic. And I know folks in Boston think about Larry Bird, about some of the great workers. If you think about you coming out at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning like you did in Arizona, tell me about your routine and how many swings are you taking daily?
I think it depends, really. But, for a normal day, I like to, let's start after a game. I'll go home and I have my swing sent to me. I study it every night. I try to check out my swings, what I did wrong, what I did right, why did I foul this pitch off, why did I not hit this pitch, where is my swing breaking down? And that's kind of what I plan my next day off of. So I know that if I'm leaking off my backside, if I'm jumping off, I'm coming off my heels, I know tomorrow, all right, I want to get there early, I want to do this drill, I want to start feeling the ground more, and that's what I'll do. Some days I want to come in early and hit and get my work in. Like, in Arizona, when I used to go and hit with AJ in the morning, I like to do it early there so I can have the time to work. Because for me, it's one of those things where I wasn't blessed with a great swing. I wasn't blessed with all the talent in the world. I had to critique my swing, grind it out. My routine is, when I go in the cage, I have my iPad with me, and it's in front of me, and it's hit record. All right, let me take 10 of these, look at them, break it down. Nope, I'm still not doing the move. Okay, I got to try something else to feel it. Okay, boom, nope, that's not it. Okay, let me do something else. Boom, okay, that looks better. Because to me, when you hit, and I always say, I don't believe in feel hitters, because a feel comes and goes. I believe with my eyes and what I see. And I think if I see all the right moves, and I see my body in the place that it wants to be, or that I want it to be in, then I know the feeling's going to come. And that's what always kind of brings me back and lines me up.
Great, man. Well, thank you, and continued success, brother.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm all sweaty.
No, that's awesome. I'm sweaty, too.